That's a beautiful picture though, is it? I love it. Okay, that's great. That is absolutely great with our electric train chugging along. Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 in the free mode with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to 1931 out here on our map. In the last episode, we finally finished up this connection right here between Colburn, Broadstairs and St. Peter's and Basingstoke Central, and we finally got the first train underway for passenger transport as well, I think, which you can actually see right here. Now, I'm thinking, like, initially we wanted to only start with this city hopper train. Eventually, once we get past the trains or while demand gets pretty high, there will also probably be a train that just goes from Colburn straight to Basingstoke, because that's the two largest cities in the connection. But for a start, look at this beautiful electrical train here in between the trees. I just love the way this game looks, I have to say. It is absolutely beautiful, don't you think so too? It's awesome. But yeah, so this thing now finally getting underway. We will see how profitable it will end up being. I'm not quite sure we actually reworked fully the tram in Colburn here. It does seem like we potentially did that at the end of the last episode. So that should then start also ferrying people to Colburn South right there, and well, we've nicely got all the city still covered with it. As you can see, Colburn Central also buzzing with activity, which is beautiful indeed, and hopefully that new bit of public transport will help the region grow ever further. But the second thing on our list here was actually getting fuel out to Basingstoke, because that is the second demand of the city that we have not really filled just yet, and that I would very much like to actually take care of. So we've got that all already connected up as well, as far as I'm aware, and currently I think we only have one, well, currently I think we're only going to start with one train, but you can see we made two train tracks everywhere, so that we can hopefully, in the very end, have some options here for the trains to evade each other, swap some of these rails right here, and yeah, that way actually get two trains on the way here. So what I'm going to do here, before we get any trains on the rails, is I'm going to go and set up some signals to allow the trains to wait here before the actual merger of the railways, so that if the train's all the way back here, they can just go all the way to up here. Then they should really be able to move all the way down through to Basingstoke, really. I don't really think we need any more train signals than that, to be honest. I will, just in case, have like some extra paths right here for them to be able to evade each other, but in theory they should only really need to do that up here, and that way we should hopefully very much be able to get two trains on the route right here. Now, we also already have a train depot out here, so that should honestly really not be very hard to set up at all. We've got Colburn North going here. The thing is that the fuel refinery still isn't at the shipment rate that we really want it to be at for it to level, so I'm hoping that finally getting that new train line underway will finally solve that shipment issue, and we will actually start shipping enough fuel to a point where this fuel refinery upgrades again and pushes out even more fuel, because for some weird reason it's just not allocating enough fuel to all the train lines. Like, we sometimes just have undersupplies here and there. You can see we've only got a 43 supply right here, maybe because the trains are traveling every now and again and it just drops. Could be that, but I would really like to get that sorted a bit better, and hopefully that's going to help out with that, and maybe eventually we will also have to upgrade the fuel delivery trains again too, just to ensure that we are delivering things in a timely manner. But the thing is, really, the max speed for us is still 80 kilometers an hour, because the train cars that we currently have are very limiting in that regard. But that said, let's set up a new line now. We will start out here in Colburn North, of course. And actually, I have one going already. Do I? What is this? Yellow. Fuel Basingstoke. We do have a line going already. Okay. I don't think we've got a train assigned to it, though, right? That'll be news to me. Okay, so we've got the line going already, which is beautiful. We just need to actually assign a train to it, and with all this stuff sorted on the train tracks, that should be easy enough, to be honest. So, let's go and get some trains board, or one train board for a start. I'm kind of confident we'll probably end up upgrading it to 2 eventually, because I think the demand is already quite high. Let me actually double check that. And the city's just super far away. It's 111, so that is seriously quite a lot, and we'll probably have to do that right there. Now, the other thing that I'm currently actually thinking about is we only have the option to assign... Oh, right, I need to actually click this. Do we only have the option to assign this to 1 terminal, or could we assign it to 2? Like, the actual line. No, we can only assign it to 1 terminal, so that's actually... Maybe we will need to get a second line going for the second train? So we can use both these terminals? I'm kind of unsure. Because as far as I'm aware, I can only assign the line to 1 terminal. So I would have to get a second one going for the second train, but that way... Would the train then need to use a second terminal out here too? Or could I have 2 lines in 1 terminal? It's very confusing, to say the least. We'll have to find out more about that whenever we actually get to the second train. For the time being, let's get going with one. So I'm thinking, honestly, I would actually like to make this an electric train once more. Just to kind of ensure to keep the emissions down a bit. Now, this thing kind of theoretically also has lower emissions, but it's so much more expensive, both in buying it and actually maintaining it, that I'm thinking the Crocodile should be doing just fine for us. Sure, it only goes 75 kilometers an hour, but our tank cars are limited at like 80, so I think 75 kilometers an hour is fine, and we're going to save a lot of emissions compared to something like these here with like their 80 emissions, and you know the cities are already suffering a bit with that, so I think that's totally fine. What do we need in terms of materials here, by the way? Oh, right, okay, I remember. Maybe something to take on this episode too. Just kind of sped up the time here for a second to actually get some money in, and well, then we paid another 4 mil, so I'll keep it going for a second, just get some more money in. We will add a Crocodile to this, and we will then get a good bunch of tank cars. We'll actually have to kind of see in terms of power. Like, electric trains do have a lot of tractive effort and torque, so we should be able to keep adding these things for quite a while before it actually goes to any sort of concerning level. I mean, you can see high slopes still 75 kilometers an hour, so honestly pretty good right there. I'm gonna get it up to like 200 capacity, which gets me to 59 on a high slope. I think that's about the max we want, because I'm pretty sure there is a lot of high slopes on that railway. There we go. And that's going to be our train. So with that said, let's get back to normal speeds again, and let's assign this thing to fuel Basingstoke. Unable to find path to stop. Oh boy. Missing electric tracks. Wait, did I not electrify these tracks? Did I not electrify these? I feel trolled. This is all electrified. What do you mean? Oh, is the train station not electrified? Oh, yeah, I guess we found the issue. We gotta actually modernize the train station, don't we? Huh. The thing is that you can't just upgrade these, which is honestly quite annoying. Like, I basically... Oh, wow. Okay, let's pause this for a second, because apparently the game really doesn't like me changing such a big and complicated train station after the fact, but... Like, apparently, I gotta basically go in, destroy all this. Oh. Oh, okay, we're just out of money. Give me money. Come on. Money. I want money. Now, the 1 second we needed, we're just slowly... Okay, there we go. So, the game really does not like me, apparently, just changing this after the fact, but I think we'll have to modernize most of everything here eventually, to be honest. Like... This here is at least electrified, but it's also not really... Wasn't there a train in here just now? Is that the train? What? What happened to my train? What just happened to my train? I Okay, all the train cars just disappeared. That's surely good news, right? Worrying. Okay, but yeah, like, we will eventually have to go back and actually modernize all this stuff. Like, I guess it's fine for the time being, because honestly, the trains don't reach the speeds, like, especially for cargo, that we kind of could go on these rails anyways, but we'll have to do that eventually, and also kind of electrify a lot of train tracks as we move on. For the time being, though, that should be that fixed. Did I electrify the other part of the equation here? I also did not. Oh my god, okay. This is electrified, but, like, why? Why did I electrify it and then use standard tracks? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, I think we're gonna have to fix this real quick. That's just kind of a bit annoying, but we will go and correct this very issue rather quickly. We're gonna go and remove all that. We're gonna go and replace all that and make it nice and electric and high-speed train tracks and beautiful, and then that should hopefully be taken care of, and we're going to do the same thing over here. Now, I kind of also want to do it for the passenger lines, to be honest, but I guess it doesn't matter that much at the moment. I'm not even sure that having high-speed train tracks in the actual train station really makes much of a difference. Could honestly make a bit of a difference eventually when we get faster trains, but at the moment I think it's still fine, so we're going to keep it as is and move back to modernizing the rest some other time, because, well, I just don't want to spend 15 years doing that right now. So that's all electrified now. That's all high speed. Is this electrified and high speed? This at least is. You know, our smallest little, well, village really on this whole route is already modernized and electrified and high speed and everything, and all the big cities are still ages behind. That's beautiful. But okay, so that's that done. Now, please tell me this works. Fuel to basing stoke. There we go. And off the assembly lines, whenever the game actually gets playing, rolls our newest electrified fuel delivery train, which should hopefully be great. Look at this thing. Big old crocodile, a lot of fuel tanks behind it, and that's going to be quite the long train too. I'm going to actually check this out for a second, just to actually see how quickly it accelerates, especially with this here being the high slope, of course. Gonna kind of want to watch that. I think we're going like 59 max at a high slope, which should still be very fine. And well, overall, probably also want to check out the frequency that we're reaching with that now, which is not measured yet. So that'll hopefully get measured sometime. We'll kind of have to leave it as is for the time being. All these other things I probably need to actually... Oh? That could be an issue. That's holding our things back. We gotta check out Badal in a second. 76 is too low. I'm pretty sure 76 is too low. That may be holding back the overall fuel delivery and part of the issue. But yep, there you go. Huge, huge electric train. Let's actually just check it out real quick here, like that. Just gonna go and, can I not go any higher up? I cannot. Okay. Well, that's a beautiful picture though, is it? I love it. Okay, that's great. That is absolutely great with our electric train chugging along across the bridge there, hopefully picking up a bunch of fuel in a minute and, well, then delivering all that stuff out if we actually get some stuff stored there that can be delivered. So we will see about that there then. But that's beautiful, that's great. Now, Badal. Where's Badal at? Here. We've only got a delivery rate of like 76 or something. Oh, that's actually good. Okay, alright. Cool. We will have to check out the other truck delivery lines though, I think, because we got here like food delivery Darley-Dale that also does the fuel. Is the combined frequency of this really good enough? Food delivery Darley-Dale. 139. I'm pretty sure that's like way too low. Yeah, we probably need more like 250. Okay, let's check that out then. So food delivery Darley-Dale will need to get double in potential capacity, so that way hopefully we also get more fuel delivered to the city again. Food delivery Darley-Dale currently using Ben's Tarpaulin trucks, which I think is the best one we currently have. Let me just double check that. Yep, that's the best one we currently have, so we just need like another 6. Whoa. That's only going to add to the lag on the game, unfortunately, but that's going to have to be the way that it is. And also, my public transport got utterly outgrown by the city, I'm pretty sure. Holy moly, look at this. Like, even my public transport hub is already in the middle of the city. Same as, like, the train station, which is also starting to get... Like, look at the city, holy moly. Okay, we're going to have to look at that too. First things first, we're at 13 million again. Holy Jesus. That's pretty good. We're going to go and buy another 6 tarpaulin trucks to actually make sure that we continuously supply the city with all the goods that we need. And we will assign them to that, and that should hopefully then also increase the frequency at which food and fuel gets delivered to the city, especially considering that the shipment rate here for the food processing plant is actually pretty low too. Now, we also got the food thing to Blackburn going, which that's actually being supplied quite nicely, so I'm rather happy with that. We do need to get tools delivered to Blackburn eventually, and we'll have to kind of figure out how to do that. No, not tools, machinery actually, so... That's down there. That's going to be at a later point. I thought it was tools, which we're already making down here. So that's good. Now, Darleydale, public transport. This is, yeah. We need to change that. And I think I already actually laid out these, like, upgraded these streets in order to achieve that. Probably actually want to upgrade these streets here too. Potentially. We'll have to find out about that. So, let's go and check this out here. We've got the bus and tram stops here. We've got this thing, which honestly actually covers most of the city still. We're somehow still covering most of everything, but with the city growing, I think we will have to kind of expand this out a bit further. Now, this bus stop here should still be fine easily. We've got this central hub here, which is also totally fine, honestly. And, then we've got this thing, which does not actually cover everything anymore. So, I'm thinking we can add one stop right there. I ignore that one instead. Then we go and one stop here. And then does that cover everything? So we've got this. We've got that. I think we need like a stop out here too. That way we cover everything that this central stop thus far had covered. We cover that with that. We cover that with that. Okay. So what we're going to do then is we're going to remove this stop right here, basically. Just the stop. Thank you. We're going to remove that stop right here as well. Boop. And then we're going to reroute the thing so we go woo all around the city. Now these are all on the right side of the road as well, which is beautiful news. And we're going to go to Darleydale. Tram. And we're going to have to rework that. So, the Avenue and Highfield Road are going to disappear from the list of stops. We're going to have Victoria Road. Then after Victoria Road, we go up here. We go up here. We go around here. And then we get back to Church Road. And that's all nicely aligned anyways, which is beautiful. So that's going to be our new list of stops. 7 in total. And hopefully that is going to be fine. Also in terms of like trams and everything. But so far, I don't really see a massive amount of people stacking up at any of these stops, so that should hopefully be good. And holy moly, 67 people waiting for Space City Badal Darleydale. Where's Space City Badal Darleydale currently at? Holy Jesus Christ, everybody wants to go to Space City. It's like the new... It's the new big city out here, but we got 136 capacity in here, so that should hopefully still be good for a bit. And, just look at Space City. That's insane. I never thought Space City was going to be the capital of this region, but this thing is just utterly outgrown everything. And holy moly, there's a... That's beautiful. That's great, I love it. The only issue here really being our tiny little airport that is kind of absolutely struggling because we don't have any airplanes that can keep up with the demand of people that want to go halfway across the map, so... Well, that's kind of just what it is. But okay, so that's cool. Darleydale reworked a bit. Blackburn is working just fine. Colburn, in terms of demand and distribution, is not going too bad, I don't think. So I think we can leave it at that for the time being. Basingstoke is going to get the fuel. I kind of want to eye the construction materials maybe for Broadstairs and St. Peter's. Get that city growing a bit more. Blackburn, maybe we can look at that after... Holy moly, there's so many things to take care of, and, you know, probably want more airports eventually as well, but I don't think, like, with the capacity, like, Space City is already at its capacity limit, basically. Like, we cannot get another airport connection going there at the moment, so I think that's going to come in a later stage. There's like 100 people waiting already. Like, how many more do we want to make wait right there? Broadstairs and St. Peter's, though, I think this is the next thing to look at. So, we've got goods, which I think is inherently the more complicated option that we will look at after the fact. Even though this is all nice and close and everything, we also need to bring in plastic. I've got no clue where from. It's probably going to be ages away. And, well, then we've got the Basingstoke Construction Materials plant, which is also, admittedly, not the easiest thing in the world, because we're going to need to bring in clay from, like, God knows where. I think it was here. No, here. Okay, so we're going to have to bring in clay all the way out from the Ride Quarry, which makes 400. And I think that's basically what is going to be the max demand of the Basingstoke Construction Materials plant. So that's not too bad. The challenge here probably being to avoid this train line right there. So we'll have to see. I think we're going to need like a lot of tunnels and stuff. We're just going to go and get a cargo station going, and then we're going to start from there, alright? So we're going to have a cargo terminus. I think we're going to make it rather long. We're going to make it high speed. We're going to make it electric. We're going to put 2 train tracks, one for delivery of the materials and one to actually deliver to Broadstairs and St. Peter's. Now we kind of got to average that angle so we can go out to the right at a rather high speed, but also to the left at a decent speed, basically. So that all that is going to be fine. I hope that's still in delivery range. I don't want to set up any trucks here, so we'll have to see about that too. Not going to get a city street. We're going to get a country road here. We're going to have to make sure to make it rather short. So we're going to go do this. And can we make sure that that attaches, or? Okay, it's going to be a bit weird, but that's that. Is that in range now? It is not. Of course it isn't. Can we attach that at any other point to this factory? We can. That should be in range now. Beautiful. Okay. So that's going to be the construction materials plant attached to a train station. Now we're going to need another train station out here all the way across the map. And I would pick this one, but this one is just closer to that one, so we could just connect these two eventually and deliver the construction materials to Stanhope, which, by the way, is also not the smallest city in the world. Probably something we want to look at eventually. Like, there's so many more cities to connect and supply with materials that is absolutely insane anyways. So we are going to go and actually pick this quarry up here for our purposes, and I actually just need one train track out here, so we're going to make that a bit more simple. And I'm pretty sure we're just going to use a tunnel here. As much as I would love a route through the mountains, I think the incline is just too steep to even get it up there, and having like the thing go back and forth is just going to delay the delivery of materials so much more, and I can't really afford that at the moment. Now, the other thing that I can probably not afford is the actual connection via railway, because holy moly, is that going to be a long connection. Like, look at this. 7 mil just for the tunnel. 7 mil just for the tunnel, and we need to get all the way up there. That's going to be insane. But yeah, so we're going to build a tunnel straight through there, basically. We're going to go and build another tunnel straight through there. Then we're going to have a bridge across the river right here. We're probably going to also need a way to cross these rails right there without actually interfering with them, ideally. We've got a bridge pillar collision, which I do not very much like. Gonna probably have to raise this? Oh, wow. Wait, how is this below sea level? Very confused about that. So yeah, we're gonna go and do something like that here. And that's way too expensive, of course. Wait, no, I misbuilt that. That's an issue. Alright, we're already out of money anyway, so quite the expensive connection, honestly, just to get some clay over, but hopefully that's also going to end up being somewhat profitable for us. Now, the thing is, we're going to actually need to accumulate more money, because we need to build a steel bridge all the way across here. I think we're going to keep the steel bridge going, just go across here, bring it back down right there, or actually keep it at that height and just have a route through the mountains here a bit. Then go all the way around here, have another bridge across this, or a tunnel, maybe, even, and then come out right there. Like, I think that's going to be another 15 to 20 million to finish that route, which is probably kind of insane just to deliver some clay. But it's the closest opportunity that we actually have. And I want to get Broadstairs and St. Peter's growing. It should hopefully end up being nice and profitable for us eventually. Also probably going to need like some parallel track eventually, because I'm going to need a second train to actually be able to deliver enough materials eventually to satisfy the demands. For the time being, I'm pretty sure one's going to be enough. But we're going to continue with that then in the next episode. Going to get some money, going to get this train track built. We're going to get a train going all the way across. We're going to get a train going to Broadstairs and St. Peter's to deliver those construction materials, and then hopefully that is going to actually kickstart the development of this little village as well. So very much looking forward to that. I think that's going to be great. That's going to be fun. For today though, I'm going to end it off right here, so I hope that as usual you'll enjoy the episode. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. That does always help out the channel a ton. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider hitting that subscribe button right down below, as well as that bell icon right next to it to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. With all that out of the way, guys, as always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll have a great weekend, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.